All right, here we go. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. We did it. We did it. Oh, my God. We did it. 3, 2, 1. Yo. My chat is not where it's supposed to be on screen. Let me, oh, man. Hang on. We got to get that chat box fixed here. Why aren't you moving? Why isn't the chat box moving? Oh, no. It doesn't want to move. Where are you at? Oh, no. All right. Arkansas gets the win here. I don't know why my chat box is just not wanting to move. Let's see here. You know what? We're just going to turn live chat off. What's it doing? See, I didn't have a chance. Damn it. All right. Turn that off. Score screen off. Nope. Oh, I know why. There we go. There's our score screen. There we go. We got that fixed. All right. Arkansas. What a win. Oh, my goodness. For the first time ever, the Razorbacks go down to Gainesville and they get the dub, bro. I mean, listen, nobody's happier about being wrong than I am. I expected a complete shit show. Maybe it's PTSD. I don't know. What a ball game, Arkansas. They find a way, man. They find a way, and they make it happen. Incredible. What a ball game. Wow. Very impressive. All right. We got a $2 super chat, Justin Minsel. Appreciate that, man. I don't know why that went. Yeah, incredible. Incredible. Like, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just blown away at how good Arkansas looked on offense under Kenny Guyton. Not enough can be said, man. I mean, really, not enough can be said. Kenny Guyton absolutely turned it on. Just called an incredible game. Dan Enos was, in fact, the vast majority of the problem, without a doubt. Just, I don't know. Unreal. Shout out to the Patreon supporters. If you're not already, you should consider joining. Patreon. If I have a mod in chat, it'd be awesome if you could share that screen. Yeah. All right. Incredible. KJ called a good game. Pitman saved his job. He did. Pitman just saved his job. I don't disagree with that at all. Sam Pitman just saved his job. 110%. That is accurate. Yes, sir. KJ's leg saved the day. I cried, says Josh Garr. I don't know how you're not just blown away by what we just witnessed. I mean, not only Arkansas riding this losing streak, they so desperately needed this win. Now all of a sudden it's like everything's back on the table. Everything is back on the table. If Arkansas is good enough to go down to Gainesville and play that way on offense, they're capable of doing that any day of the week, man. I mean, this is the team that has not won close games the last 2 years. This is the team over the last 2 years that didn't know how to win close games. Oh, Fish. Oh, no, you don't, Fish, man. No, you don't, sir. Calling people trash, and now you're in here talking about we can win out. Hold on now. Slow your roll, son. Just imagine if KJ and Rocket showed up like this all year. Well, I mean, first off, Rocket, that's another thing. I didn't think he'd be in a Razorback jersey again. I didn't think he'd be in a Razorback jersey ever again. I really didn't. And then look what he did. But to be fair about that comment, James, yeah, it would be great, but he was also battling injuries. Also kind of makes you wonder if he just did not want to play for Dan Enos, and I hope that's not the case. I hope he wasn't quitting, the team just because of Enos, but maybe it was a quiet protest. I don't know, but we know he was injured. We know early on he did suffer. He had an injury, and he had some fluid on the knee. Rockets' effort today proves that Enos was just a bad play caller. He was a terrible locker room presence. Something some folks say. Thank you for the super chat, Fish. Some folks believe that there was some pure, just some toxicity going on, and it might have something to do with Dan Enos. T-Dub, someone who has called this from the start. I didn't make this a call-in show. I thought about it. That would have been a lot of fun. Yeah, let's go over the numbers here really quick. Arkansas almost 500 yards of offense, 481 total yards. Remember how bad they were on third down to start things off? Well, then they converted. They ended up going 8 of 18, which still isn't great. But they were at one point like 4 of 12, and they ended up going 8 of 18, which, it's not great, but they did convert some key third downs. This officiating was atrocious. I'm going to go back and listen to that call. I've got some folks saying that the fumble happened after the whistles. Overwhelmingly, a lot of you are saying that it's the other way around. A buddy of mine who's not even a Hog fan said that he did not hear the whistle until after that ball was out. So I don't know. I'll have to go back and listen for myself. At this point, I really don't give a shit. Arkansas won the game. That's all that matters. Winning out is on the table, folks. Making a bowl game. This was the game that, I don't think anybody really thought Arkansas would win this game. Now, we had some people in Discord who are we got some Patreon supporters they're gonna clean house on some XP. Let's see. KJ wanted it in the fourth. He sure did. I agree with that. First win in the swamp. Yes, first win there. Now they were 0 for 5 coming into this thing, playing in the swamp. In all caps, Wyatt says, I don't know why you're yelling at me. Ty, it doesn't matter. He was going forward, and the guy was strip sacking. I mean, I don't care if he was leaning straight up. That was a fumble. That's why you play through the whistle. You don't just get to stand straight up and then talk about forward progress and say there's no such thing as a fumble after forward progress and because you're standing straight up. Unless I'm missing something here, and I'm open. I could be wrong. But that was a bizarre call. We see KJ confidence come back. KJ looked comfortable. Looked like he was in it. He was bought in. He looked like old KJ. It looked like vintage KJ, something we have not seen against a good opponent most of the season, if at all. Arkansas in a single game. Now, again, bye weeks matter. Florida coming off Georgia, playing Georgia matters. Absolutely. New offensive coordinator. Who the hell are you preparing for here? What are you preparing for? Tempo and moving the pocket. Although KJ didn't really crush it moving out of the pocket. Sorry, those pizza rolls and the Pepsi. Pepsi Zero, I might add. Some things didn't work for them, but it's like everything else did for this offense. KJ made it happen in the fourth quarter, in overtime. KJ made it happen in the fourth quarter. When Florida kicked that field goal in overtime, I was thinking with the way Arkansas played, and I mentioned it, if you missed that show, man, it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. That was the most fun. That was fun, man. That was fun. We got to watch that and enjoy that all together. You guys missed out for those of you who missed the watch party. But I was thinking if Arkansas's offense is carrying over into overtime, they're going to win this game. They got a legit shot at winning this game. This goes down. I don't care that Florida's not ranked. You have to consider the history in playing down there. You have to consider the circumstances leading into this game. This is probably Sam Pitman, with what was on the line, the biggest win in his career as a head coach at Arkansas. Like, now that talk is gone. Now, if you lose out, okay? If you somehow you screw around and you lose out, which I don't see that happening, but you never know, we're probably still having the conversation of how does 3-9 keep your job. But I don't see that happening, guys. If they play anywhere close, especially on offense, the rest of this year, the way they did today, I'll just say this, Arkansas-Mizzou is going to be a hell of a game. I'll just say that. It'll be a hell of a game. I don't know what happened to the defense. They really collapsed there in the fourth quarter. They probably were a little fatigued, a little tired. We finally saw them kind of just they didn't let go of the rope. It's not like they threw in the towel, but, man, it just looked a little too easy for Florida. And Florida, whose offense has been playing better ball, you got to give them a lot of credit. They have played better ball, but, they're not an offensive juggernaut, and that looked a little too easy for them there towards the end. A lot of questionable things transpired in this game, whether it was the fumble off the whatever, the forward. Well, I don't give a shit about that, the forward progress. I still don't understand that call, whether it was what happened there at the end that gave them an opportunity when they were supposed to sub or when they subbed out. They're supposed to give, the rules say, and the official kept shaking his head at Sam Pitman, the rule is if the offense makes a sub, the defense has a certain amount of time that they get to sub in their guys. It never happened. They were supposed to more time was supposed to be taken off. That probably should have been the end of it there, but at least my understanding of it is, anyways, it should have been the ending of it there. But regardless, they missed the field goal, and it really didn't matter. Arkansas still won this game. So was Guyton, the new OC. I'm going to tell you right now, Hog Dog, thank you for the $1.99 super chat, my friend. I'm going to tell you right now, if the offense can look this good against, I think, one of the better defenses you're going to play, especially away from home, if they look this good, if you're racking up 450 total yards of offense from here on out, I don't know how you don't give Kenny Guyton the job. Now, we got to take this a game at a time. We don't want to overreact too much, but at the same time, it's a little bit understanding. It's a little bit understanding as to why you would want to overreact and want to just go ahead and throw him a check and make him the offensive coordinator. But you've also done that before and given guys big contracts based on, one great game. We got to let this thing play out. We got to see this. It can't be he played a hell of a game against Florida or called a hell of a game against Florida, and then the rest of the season they were like shit, and then all of a sudden he's your OC. Can't let that happen. There's still questions about what needs to happen with a certain offensive line coach, right? They've still got questions they need to get answered. And I'm also going to say this. I thought the wide receivers in this game, they wasn't great. I mean, there were several times where there were at least a couple, 2-3 times where KJ had to either, he had to throw the ball away at least once and then had to tuck it and try to do something with it because receivers weren't getting open. It is clear that there is something to be said about the talent up front on the line of scrimmage, on the offensive line. But they still, despite looking like shit today, and I still believe they're a big part of the problem, I still think they made things even more challenging for Dan Enos. They still actually had a pretty decent game. Like there were more than a couple times where KJ had a clean pocket. So, for those of you that said, and I'm going to say this and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, man, you guys were right. This was clearly a schematic game plan issue. This was clearly an issue coming from the offensive coordinator, Dan Enos. You guys are right. Now, I was wrong when I said that the receivers just didn't impress me. And listen, I still think there's some questions going on at wide receiver, but I saw a massive improvement today from these receivers. And it goes right down. I mean, what's the common denominator here? Who didn't call the offense today? He's gone. You had 2 weeks to prep for this, and they looked the part. They looked like a team that came out of a bye, but they also looked like a team that was that had an offense being called by the right guy. That's what it looked like. It looked like the prep, the work that went in to all this stuff. These guys, all the work they put in the last couple of weeks, It happened. You had a great game plan. It all happened. It transpired on the field. We got some super chats. We also got a new member. Fear not. Welcome, my man. He also gave us a $20 super chat. Ty, please give me I try not to drop F-bombs. I try to stay away from that. I know there's kids that watch this. I try to steer away. I do drop this. I say shit and hell. Try to keep it PG-13. What about Crutchfield decommitting? I don't know. That he might want to reconsider. I did see that, and that's a blow. He might want to reconsider. That's all I got to say. I mean, these receivers, they looked so much better. You guys are right. You guys said, Ty, this is Dan Enos. It is Dan Enos. It is Dan Enos. It is Dan Enos. Now, I didn't fully disagree, but I also thought, yeah, but these receivers not doing a good job getting wide open. What's Kenny Guyton doing with those guys? Why do I see receivers giving up on the end of plays? Why do I see receivers not blocking downfield? Why do I not see receivers getting open? Why do I see them getting jammed up at the line of scrimmage? Why are they struggling to get open downfield? Why can't they create separation? But I think a lot of that also had to do with game plan management, and it was just so much better. It was so much better. Wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect. The turnovers, the flags, even the ones that were actual flags, it wasn't perfect. There's still a lot of work left to be done. Offensive line, I think I was right there. I think they're still garbage. I don't think they're any good. And Kennedy, I don't know. You got to make a change if we see the offense turn the corner, right? If we see the quarterback play, running back play, receivers turn the corner, then the offensive line has got to turn the corner as well. Now, again, I'm going to go back and rewatch this. I'm going to go back and look at PFF grades. I'm going to do what I can there and try to get a pretty good glimpse of what happened. Some of that stuff was on KJ. KJ did a couple times hang on to the ball too long. But for the most part, this offensive line is still a problem. That's what gives you the major hiccup. That's the cog that's not turning correctly up front, and they've got to get that hammered out, man. They got to apply some grease or something. I don't know. Got to get that figured out. So I was wrong in some ways and right in others. Now, I also did say Enos was a big part of I thought Enos was a big part of the problem. My phone is just exploding, and I love it. I love it. I got a couple Florida Gator fan friends of mine that I need to give a hard time. Come on, man. Come on. Live a little. Arkansas, all of a sudden you got basketball back. And you just beat Florida. And you got basketball back on Monday. How are you not just like, this has got to be, listen, man, I'm going to watch football tonight. I'm going to be in such a good mood. I'm going to play some Armored Core 6 on the PS5. That game's awesome, by the way, for any of you PS5 owners. Armored Core 6, legit, dude. I'm having a lot of fun. First boss fight was a bitch, though, but after that, it comes down a little bit. A lot more fun. But I'm on cloud nine, bro. I'm on cloud nine. Can't wait. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's a good feeling. Did you see Super Chat? I looked at Super Chat. Hang on, let me go back and look here. Yeah, I got Fear Not. Did I miss anybody? Oh, Jarrett Carrot, I'm going to buy dinner for the Florida kicker. Nice. I love this fan funding chat now that I can go back and look, because now I'm going to always bat 1,000. I'm never going to miss Super Chat. Thanks for the heads up. Although I might have there, though, right? Armstrong, what about him? I saw him later on. I saw him. He was on the sideline, so I think he's fine. Did this win finally exorcise the Reggie Fish demon? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Napier, oh, my God, dude. Florida phone calls are going to be wild. I bet Florida Twitter is wild right now. Oh, man, you got to love it. Per Andrew Hutchinson, Guyton's first game as offense coordinator, Arkansas Polyp, season high. It is a season high. That's right. 481 yards. More than the last two games under Enos combined. Versus a Florida D ranked 34th nationally in total defense. Yeah, they're good defense. They're not like an elite, right? They're not an elite defense. But from here on out, I don't think you play another defense like them. Like, now, they're not great at TFLs, right? They don't stack up a lot of TFLs. Their interior D-line, I've watched them a couple times this year. I actually watched them a whole second quarter and then a whole second half of another game. Their interior D-line looks a little sus. Like, they're one injury away from just, like, collapsing on that defensive line, but they have a couple really good edge rushers. The guy whose last name I can't pronounce to save my life has a 95 overall pass rush grade according to PFF. So let's go down these final numbers here. Oh, man. I've been waiting for this moment, you guys. I wasn't so sure we would ever have this. KJ Jefferson, the guy that some of you wanted benched. 20 of 31, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Running the ball, Rocket Sanders surpassed the century mark. 18 carries, 103 yards. That's almost 6 yards a carry. KJ Jefferson, 17 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Whew. A.J. Green, 10 carries, 34 yards. Arkansas averaged nearly 5 yards a carry. Receiving, Andrew Armstrong, 3 catches, 103 yards. What did I say? What did I say after his last catch? I said he's got to be averaging 35. Go back and watch the tape. I'm pretty sure I said he's averaging about 35 yards. He averaged 34.3 yards per reception. I'm just saying. I am a mathematician after all. No, I'm not. Isaac TeSlaa, 4 catches, 31 yards. TeSlaa, again, he's a guy I just don't ever see in games. Like, he's not getting open. All of his catches are always contested. You don't see him getting open downfield. But he did catch 4 today. Dwight McLaughlin had himself a game, 3 pass breakups. Arkansas would end this game with 6 pass breakups. 6. I'm telling you, there are teams that would kill to get that in a single game, and Dwight McLaughlin had 3 of them, along with a tackle for loss. Florida, now, Mertz did kind of get it going through the air a little bit. We know he got knocked out for a series. He came back later. But even before that, it's not like the guy was lighting the world on fire. 26 of 42, 282, 3 touchdowns. Trevor 18, I forgot. I'm sorry. You know what? Whatever. He lost, okay? 12 carries, 80 yards. That's almost 7 yards a carry. I would say that this was probably the first time I lost a little bit of faith in a game. I'm talking about in a game, not all season, not for the rest of the year. In a game, I kind of lost faith in the run defense a little bit. Like, they were giving up chunks of yardage on the ground. Eugene Wilson, 8 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a hell of a game. And then Ricky Purcell kind of got locked down a little bit, didn't he? 5 catches, 55 yards. He did have a touchdown. I mean, if this were fantasy football in a points per reception league, which is kind of the standard now. What is that, like 13 points or something? Eugene Wilson would have had like 17, 18 points. They ended up with 6. They did get 6 TFLs and 5 sacks today. So, again, the offensive line is still a problem. And I just wonder where this team would be if they had even just, like someone said in chat. Someone said this in chat. If they had even just an average offensive line, what this team would look like. What this team would look like moving forward. I don't know. ETN. You're right. ETN. Whatever, Mike. Yell at me. Stop yelling. Justin Kipper, we got another Tuss Talk member, YouTube member. Imagine this. The faster pace of our offense was a big factor in the win. It was. But the most of us knew that's one obvious thing we needed to be doing. How many times, guys? How many times? Every week. Up the tempo. Implement a little RPO. Maybe move the pocket. Maybe do those things. Never. Enos was just not it, man. Enos cost Arkansas a lot of wins this year. I'm going to say it. You consider how close a lot of those games are. What's Arkansas's record? Now, I better watch out. Hang on. I know we got to get through these last 3 games. What pisses me off about this is we would be 8-4, 9-3 with a competent offensive coordinator to begin with. I agree 110%. By the way, welcome to all the new people. I appreciate you guys. If you're wondering what's up with that big red box off to the left, that's supposed to be super chat or the chat box, but for whatever reason it wouldn't pop up on screen. So you just got a red box over here. Man, oh man. I'm telling you. KJ got a lowercase back on his shirt now. Oh, okay. Rocket shaking off that last tackle. I want my XP, buddy. Oh, listen to you, huh? Listen to you. You want your XP. I want to know where the KJ is trash folks went. Where'd they go? Where are you guys? I don't see you. Where you at? Where's the KJ? Where are you? I don't see you. Yeah. Even with a bad offensive line, he's the man. Thank you, Ty, for this great show today. And yes, we are having a good chat today. I agree, Leslie. Thank you for being here. Put in Criswell. And the who you gonna get? We're going to make the shirts, man, eventually. They went silent on Hogville, too. Yeah. Tell them I said you could stay quiet, Criswell or KJ haters on Hogville. Right here, and I'm still done with him. Rare bad take. Bumbles, come on now. Listen, I could be hard on him. He's earned some criticism this year, 110%. But you got to give credit where credit's due. Where's the Criswell crowd at now? Go Hogs. Is he consistent enough to go pro? I don't care about all that. No, I could care less. I'm glad what he did today. It was enough. I mean, he put this team on his back. Now Rocket was dynamite too. I'm ready for a whole new quarterback. That's all, bro. But he's the one you got right now. There's no one on this roster better than KJ. And clearly, when you speed the game up, that's his level. That's his tempo. Thank you, bro, Ty. Appreciate you, Kate. Well, Ty, do you think he should stay another year? Yeah, I do. I don't know where. I don't know if he's going to stay at Arkansas another year. But if Kenny Guyton can continue to do this, if Kenny Guyton can continue if he can continue this performance, right, if you have that product on the field week in and week out, I don't know why you'd want to leave, because then he's going to put you back in that realm of maybe you should be talked about at the next level as far as just getting a draft pick. If there's an offense out there that feels like KJ would fit them, right? Maybe they run a little bit faster tempo and they run a little RPO. There's not a lot of those in the NFL, but I believe KJ stays if Guyton stays. I don't want to say one way or another if he does or not, but I don't know. War Machine, where you at, bro? Philip, I think he's in Florida. I think he's in Florida. I still pray for times like this. God. Man, I can't wait for the Monday show. By the way, I think we're gonna stream the basketball. We're not gonna stream the basketball game, but we're gonna have another watch party for the basketball game on Monday. So we're gonna have two lives on Monday. The Monday after show is gonna have to happen in the morning. Now I'm gonna go to practice Monday night. It's gonna be crazy because we're gonna have practice on Monday night. And then probably at 5, assuming they give us back some access, and then I'm gonna come home and I may just stream that, the watch party for that game, first game of the season. War Machine is from Jonesboro. Oh yeah, I know, but he's in Gainesville. I know where he's from. I've interviewed him before. I know where he's from. I know where he lives, but he's down in Florida. I think he went to the game. We better not have to play in Gainesville again for at least a decade. Oh man. Man, I really hate that you guys got that blank red screen over there. I really want to. I don't know why chat just decided to not pull up over there. All right, let's do a poll. Arkansas. Better give me 4 options here. Here we go. Arkansas wins how many of the last Arkansas wins how many of the last 3 games? So here you go. The options are 3, 2, 1, 0. There's the poll. There you go. There's the poll, baby. Hey, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Again, the watch party today was awesome. I'm so glad that I did it. It was a lot of fun. I'll leave it up. I thought about just deleting it when it was over, but I think I'm going to leave it up. I think so. Yeah, you guys tell me. There's the poll. You take a look at that. Take a look at that poll. Well, that, taken out of context, that would be pretty bad. Take a look at the chat poll. Oh, man. Okay, there we go. There's the chat window. See if we can get that thing to size up. That ain't it. That ain't it. Oh, no. We may just have to leave it like that right there. We may just have to leave it like that. Just so we don't have that red empty. Oh, man. I'm telling you, this is one of the tough things here about OBS, trying to get that right. Try to get the poll in there, maybe? No, just bring it down. There we go. At least we don't have a red splotch. Now we got to... There we go. All right. Okay. Tricky part is how do we look at the poll here? Well, we got a super chat. Terser with $5. Wide open receivers all day. KJ is incredible. KJ much better. They were better. I don't know about open all day, but they were better. I'm glad Enos is gone. Ty, me and you both. Me and you both, man. Lucas Thra kill. Yes, KJ beat Missoula 2 years ago. How do I pull the poll down? There we go. Oh, there you go. So you can look at it right there. So you guys say right now we're at 56%. Say Arkansas is going to win out. Someone says 0. That's got to be a Gator right there. Appreciate the super chat, Terser. Everyone who's – look at that. Look at the super chat. You guys are crushing it, man. Did I get them all? And that's a membership. Okay. I read Terser's comment. All right, there we go. I think we went out. Guyton is going to get more comfortable week to week, and he's just going to keep getting better. Yeah, I mean, again, it was impressive. Preparation was on point, man. I mean, they did. It's like they did everything they needed to do when it mattered the most. You know, were they consistent throughout the whole game? No. You know, were receivers still struggling a little bit? Yeah. Offensive line struggling? Of course. KJ off point a little bit? Yeah. But when everything comes together and these guys play at the level we all know they could play at, I mean, it's like someone said earlier in chat, this team probably could have won 8. This could have been an 8-win team. And I think this game proves that damn point. I think this game proves that point. This team could have won 8 or 9 games. KJ was running like the repo man was getting his Corvette. Oh, no. Thank you for the super chats. Appreciate that, you guys. You guys. How bad does that make Enos look? Pretty bad in my opinion, says Joshua Smothers. Good Lord. The offense literally sucked until the last quarter. You did watch the opening drive, right? Spawn Quest Gaming. And it wasn't all on the offense either. Florida's defense is pretty good, man. I mean, this is a top 30 throughout most of the year. This is a top 30, top 25, top 30 total defense. They don't give up a lot of yards, man. And besides, who cares if they got it all done in the fourth quarter? The numbers speak for themselves. Florida is not a team that gives up. The most points they've given up at home all year was 16 to Tennessee, and look what Arkansas did. Yeah, they got some help from their special teams a little bit, not a whole lot. Their defense kind of caved there in the end, and the offense responded. That's the point. You say calm down. What the hell football have you been watching, Spawn Quest Gaming? What have you been watching? Did you watch Arkansas play Mississippi State, bro? What do you mean calm down? This is what we've been saying all year. They should be so much better. He gets it back Sunday at 10 p.m. Philip says he sent a super chat. I thought I read them all. Oh, I didn't. That one snuck up on me. D2 receiver leads Hogs to a first win in the Swamp. I'd say KJ. I'd say KJ led Arkansas's offense to their first win in the Swamp, but I mean, you're not entirely wrong. 39 in the Swamp, 33 minus the scoop. That's right. No one has scored. I mean, that's still that's pretty good. That's pretty good production, man. Oh, you meant gives, not leads. Okay. Did Andrew Armstrong come back? Was he okay? So he was back, but I didn't see him back out on the field. I saw him in a huddle. So, but I didn't see him like on the sidelines, I should say. I should be more specific. Right now, Arkansas winning out 53%. 54% of you say they're going to win out. Armstrong on Twitter said he's good. Good. Yeah, that looked, I mean, the way his head, it looked very similar to Treylon Burks on Thursday night. So that's good. I'm not going to say they should be 9-2. I don't know. I certainly believe they could be better. I certainly believe they'd have more wins for sure. Most offense all year too. Yeah, I don't know, man. Some people you're just not going to make happy. That was a bizarre comment. A rare L by a OG in chat. Rare L. I just couldn't disagree more. And the comment was, I lost it. Where'd it go? You guys see it? There it is, right here. Spawn Quest Gaming says the offense literally sucked until the last quarter. Laugh out loud. People need to simmer down. I just could not disagree more. I should pin that. Come on. That's a rare L by you, Spawn. You usually have really good takes. Sam just said Ty Washington won't be back. Oh, no. That sucks, man. Ty Washington was – well, now it's going to be – I mean, how many tight ends are they down now? Varkey's Gums is going to have to be the guy. Florida secondary, note to self, don't hit Superman high. KJ will own you. I got give it up to KJ Prime. Hogs rolling. That's right, Robert Bradford. Thank you for being a Tuss Talk with Ty member. Addison Book, congratulations. Thank you. You know what? We got the scores up here. We'll go over those here in just a second. So in SEC play, Missouri's trailing Georgia. I thought they'd give Georgia a little bit of a scare. Right now, Georgia's up 10-7. Auburn's on top of Vanderbilt 14-0. Ole Miss did beat A&M, but it was close, 38-35. Tennessee on top of UConn, 59-3. South Carolina beat Jacksonville State, 38-28. You got Kentucky and Mississippi State left, and then LSU at Alabama. You still got this Mizzou-Georgia game going on. Man, oh, man. First time anyone put over 16 points on Florida in the friggin' swamp. That's right, Stephen McFall. You are right, my friend. Let me pin that. I love that so much, I'm going to pin it. It's pinned. Message pinned. Shamar Easter time. My only hang-up on Shamar, is he looks like a slightly oversized wide receiver. I don't know how he is in terms of like blocking, run or pass blocking. I don't know if that's a concern. You know what? I'm sure Sam's going to get asked about what's going on in the tight end room moving forward. That's going to be a good question. Like now you're down your two best tight ends. I mean, the guys when Has went down, then who stepped up next? It was Ty Washington. So now Varkey's Gums, who I watched him a little bit. He looked at times a little lost. Like you kind of see him kind of doing one of these, you know. I mean, he was fine. I'm not saying he played bad or anything, but I don't know. I'm curious what they do moving forward. We saw some other guys out there at tight end as well. Does this take Sam off the hot seat? You know, and again, that's a complicated question because it should, and yes, I think it does. But you can't, like, mess around and all of a sudden regress, you know, and get back to your old ways like what we've seen up until this point on offense, you know. You can't regress, right? You can't go you can't just be a 3-win team and expect to keep your job. I don't care if you beat Florida or not. That means you finished, with a 1 win in SEC play, and losing, So again, I think he has to split, right? He's got to win 2 of these final 4, and I think he will. I believe that he does. Chamblee is a redshirt freshman. My dude, feet is like bricks. Yeah, Chamblee's got a long ways to go. And again, he's another one of those guys similar to Patrick Kutas, who I think, like, give them another year or 2, and I think they're going to be pretty solid offensive linemen. I mean, you remember Dalton Wagner. Wagner always was curious, and I don't mean to dunk on the guy here, but I never thought he was a great right tackle until last year or until his last season at Arkansas. And then I think he gave up, 1 sack all year. He was terrific. He graded out pretty high on PFF. He had a great final year. I think Kutas could be something like that. Maybe even down the road, I don't know, maybe something a little bit better than that. But we'll have to wait and see. We also won in the all-white. There you go, Ash. That's the reason why you just keep wearing them. I love that look, dude. The all-white is the look. That is the look. If Arkansas beats Missouri this year, then that matchup literally never makes sense. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Tusky. Are you saying that? Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. What do you mean? Then that matchup literally never makes sense. Got another super chat. Offense went from Keystone Cops to a competent unit in 2 weeks. Yes. Let's harness this and do it again versus Auburn. Boom. I agree 110%. Pitman only won 6 games with an experienced O-line last year. Enos wasn't there to be an excuse either. Why are we acting like this is Pittman's first bad season? 6-6 is underwhelming. I don't know that I call it a bad season. I mean, you won your bowl game. You won 7 games. I don't know that I call that a bad season. I feel like Spawn is upset that Sam may have gotten his job back, or that Sam's butt isn't as hot. Like if you're trying to if your goal here is to just be like you want Sam gone, listen, man, all he's got to do is split the difference here. All he's got to do is win 2, and he's coming back. It's complicated, you know what I mean? It's complicated because he's responsible at the end of the day for the Enos hire. I've said that for a little while now. He's responsible for the Enos hire at the end of the day. 110%. But then you have to look at the good that he's done with the defensive, with what's going on in defense. And then you weigh another negative, which is close games that he's lost, right? Well, he finally got that monkey off his back today. He finally got that monkey off his back. He won a close game. His offense turned the corner. Well, I say the offense turned the corner. It's difficult. You know, it's very complicated. Do I think that he should keep his job if he wins 4? Man, that is hard for me to – I'd say no. I'd say 4-8 can't be enough to keep your job. But it will. It will be enough for him to keep his job. I think 3-9 probably won't, even if one of that third win is Florida. I don't think it will. I think he's got to win at least another game because considering the circumstances, right, they're going to spin it. You know, also, you got to keep what you have left as far as recruiting intact, although they just lost one today, Crutchfield. I hope they get him back. I don't know why Crutchfield probably should have waited until after what he saw today. I hope he reconsiders because that's a huge loss for Arkansas. Sam is safe. We will improve from here on with Kenny Guyton, and Sam is responsible for firing. I think you meant to say Sam is also responsible maybe in a good way for firing Enos. Is that what you're trying to say, Kelly? And I agree with that. But at the end of the day, your record matters. Your record matters. And you have that record as a result of hiring Dan Enos as your offensive coordinator. That's why you have the record that you have. He's responsible for that. But I think he's probably safe, but I don't think he can go 3-9 and keep his job. I don't know how do you tell that to the fans? But I don't think that's going to happen. That's the good news. I don't think they go 3-9. In fact, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm eating some humble pie today. I thought they were going to – I said yesterday losing out is on the table. Well, it's clearly not. They beat Florida. Sam is and has been safe. I disagree with that. He's getting at least one more year to deal with it. I disagree with that, Bumbles. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. If he lost today and only beat FIU and goes 3-9, absolutely not. He wasn't keeping his job. No way. Imagine the Pitman buyout is way cheaper to fire him next year. It is. That's a big factor. It is. But guys, it's not as if they don't already know that. You know, it's not as if Hunter Yurchak, they knew when they hired the guy and when he got that extension, it's not like, oh no, damn it, we can't fire him because of his buyout. Unless you have a Jimbo Fisher situation, that's a little different. Or Campbell, you remember his buyout? Campbell's buyout was ridiculous, and they got stuck with him for a little while. Guyton made the players eat their spinach like Popeye. KJ showed why he is the engine. I agree with that, Robert. Thank you for the super chats. Yeah, there's no way he survives if he goes 3-9. There's no way, man. Think about that for a second. Think about that. Like, there's no way. No, what coach, if Chad gets the axe in a season and a half, thanks to the athletic director that's currently in charge, why does anyone think that he would allow Sam in year 4 to go 3-9 and to keep his job? I don't agree with that at all. I don't think that. I think he would, if that happens, I think he would be, I think he'd be axed. Fans would not tolerate that. Nobody would show up to the games. Nothing would bother me more than to pay a coach to not work for me. The buyouts are annoying. They are annoying. But they know what they're doing. Why did my TV just turn itself off? It was weird. Chad didn't have the locker room or the fans. But Trey, if he goes 3-9, he doesn't have the fans. Again, you're thinking like here and now. They just beat Florida. He's got the fans. No. If you go 3-9, he doesn't have the fans. Were you reading Twitter and Facebook the last 3 weeks? Have you been reading it? No, he didn't have the fans. Absolutely not. Landscape's changing. He's not the future. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not – listen, they're not going 3-9. We can harp on that until we're all blue in the face. They're going to finish higher than 3-9. He's going to be fine. I think he's going to win games, plural. If they play like they did today the rest of the year, winning out is on the table. I don't think his job is going to be at risk, assuming he gets at least a couple more wins. I think he's going to be fine. The real question is, what do they do at OC? Does Kenny Guyton, if you assume that he's going to get you a couple more wins, you got to assume at that point the offense has turned the corner, right? The offense is doing what it needs to be doing. Why wouldn't you consider Kenny Guyton? You know, again, that kind of surprises you a little bit about Crutchfield, and you wonder too about that, like how many of these guys are they going to end up losing? So from here on out, it all matters. It's all relevant, and it all matters. Anything could happen, including him being fired and him keeping his job. Anything could happen. None of us know for a fact. Let's just enjoy this win because, man, it is a good feeling. That's what we should be focusing on. Today was a very good day. Lost to FIU. It was a long, cold walk to the door. You guys ever walked all the way down Razorback Road, clear down to Baum after some disappointing losses? Man, I sure did. Back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Oof. All of Sam's heat went directly to Napier's seats. That's it right there, bro. That's the comment. It sure did. Napier is in some trouble. Oh, my God. What a disappointing loss for them. Most fans and those with quote-unquote high football IQ never thought we would win in Florida. We are winning some more games this year. Rocket and KJ combo is back. Oh, man. God, it feels good. Somewhere in Gainesville, there's a jukebox playing. Well, I mean, finally, he could do that, right? You could plug the jukebox back in, baby. Yeah, that was a shot at me, wasn't it, Kelly? I know what you're doing. I don't claim to have high football IQ. I didn't think they'd win in Florida. Kelly, did you pick Arkansas to win in Florida? I don't remember. Been a while. Boy, it has. It's collected some dust over the last several weeks, over the last 6 weeks. Yeah. Losing streak comes to an end. And what a sweet way for it to happen, huh? KJ finally rolled the pocket while playing tempo. Yeah. To be a fly on the wall in the Enos home right now. Oh, my God. Could you imagine? He is – I wonder if he's answering any emails tonight. Let's just be honest. Losing to FIU would be a very Arkansas thing to do. Gavin, don't bring that in here. No. Yeah. All right. They look good. Very, very happy with what they got today. Ty, do you remember when you played Warzone with subscribers back in the day? I do, man. I do. That was fun. I'm going to play some Armored Core 6 tonight, though. Kenny should send his playbook to Enos. I'm not going to that. I'm not going to that game, so it should be a win. Mark, what's up, man? Off-season major school coaching watch. Off-season major school coaching watch is going to be interesting. Hot seats at A&M, Florida, Clemson getting hotter. Wait, didn't Clemson win today? They beat Notre Dame. Now, I know they had that oh my God, Dabo Swinney. He had that. I guess he argued with a fan over the radio or something. I don't think Dabo's going anywhere, though. I'm pretty sure they beat Notre Dame today. I've been looking at the SEC scores. Yeah, I don't think Dabo gets fired, but yeah, Florida, A&M's going to be interesting. People are saying Crutchfield don't have the grades. I don't know, Tim. I don't know. That'd be the first time I've heard that, but you never know. I have no idea. It might be the case. Hitting that like button dramatically increases your odds of winning the lottery and Arkansas winning out. Just saying. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that, man. Once Club Dub was shut down, it stayed shut down, but that jukebox is back playing again. Yes, sir. Woo Pig Suey. Yeah. All right. I think that's going to do it. Throughout all the disagreements, there's been a lot of them this year, but that's what happens when you lose a bunch of games. People kind of lose their shit and want to point the fingers everywhere, and I get it because I'm one of them too. I mean, I think they were right. I think people were right to criticize Dan Enos. He deserved every bit of it, and look what happens. Ty, new O-line coach. I don't think so. Great game, Mizzou and Georgia. Yeah, they're tied up. I'm going to watch that. So, appreciate you guys. Today was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing these watch parties. I really do. They're a lot of fun. Not a lot of people were there in the beginning, and then it got a little bit better towards the end because people are kind of done with football. But I think now maybe some folks will, I don't know, maybe the buy-in a little bit just in terms of what's at stake with Arkansas possibly maybe winning out and getting to a bowl game. Maybe folks will get a little bit more interested. Probably not. A lot of the people who've let go of the rope have already let go of the rope. They don't care. It's basketball season, and that's fine too. But there is something to be excited about today for sure. Really thrilled. So, all right, full day of streaming. I feel like this day zapped me pretty good already. I'm a little zapped. Been at it for a minute here. So, going to go feed the children's. My wife is in Salem. She's in Salem this weekend. She'll be back tomorrow night. So, it's me and the kiddos. So, I'm going to get them fed. Then I'm going to try and watch some football and enjoy the rest of my weekend. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Shout out to all the sponsors. Of course, Odd Soul Craft Bar and Pizzeria located on Emma Street in downtown Springdale. Great pies, awesome staff, a great place to catch a game. Good IPAs on tap. Now, you guys, if you go, tell them Ty sent you. That's the Odd Soul Craft Bar Pizzeria. And, of course, direct service overhead, the Garage Door Company. Same-day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes, hundreds of five-star reviews. They do it, man. They do great work. They work out of Central Arkansas and in Northwest Arkansas. All those links are provided for you down below. Enjoy that cold beer. That's right. Go enjoy a cold beer. I'm looking forward to watching all the extra content tonight, baby. Football. Going to play some Armored Core 6 on the PS5. Going to have myself a good night. I'll see you guys on Monday. Remember, Monday's Monday After Show will be in the morning on Friday, probably between 10 and noon, somewhere in there, but we'll be live a little sooner. So I'll see you guys then. By the way, if you want to join Patreon, that link is provided for you down below as well. All right? Okay. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Great win for the Razorbacks. Kenny Guyton and KJ Jefferson were awesome. I'll see you on Monday.